Hello and welcome to this video. This video is titled How Quoting Really Works. This is presented by myself, Matt Dakar. I am a licensed property, life, and health professional in 7 states currently at the time of me shooting this. I'm currently licensed in New York, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Georgia, Florida, and Texas. And for what it's worth, my home state is the state of New York. So the first thing I wanted to point out is, whoops, let's go back here. Quoting is pretty straightforward. Okay, a lot of times people get this. Um, they have preconceived notions, I guess, about what quoting really is. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, it's basically organizing and inputting proper information in order to get back estimates of cost of a particular type of policy. Now I put estimates in quotation marks because no matter what anybody tells you, a quote is simply a best estimate based on the information that we are given as agents on a particular type of policy, whatever that is. We can't be 100% certain unless we're actually on the actual insurance company's website, because there are various things that come into play that aren't always accounted for. Things like for example, I'll be talking more about life insurance as it pertains to this video, but a perfect example is like auto insurance. People don't always put the proper information in. Like sometimes they don't know the exact trim level of their car or the exact miles they drive per year, things like that. So when you put that information in, it's going to give you back what you put in, and sometimes that information just isn't completely accurate. So this is never a 100% number unless you are on the particular company's website, and you are putting in the information 100% accurate. So I just wanted to make that a make that a point of emphasis here. And it's also best if it's from multiple carriers. Otherwise, it's not really a quote, okay, as much as it is a price. So, for example, if I worked for a particular life insurance company, let's say State Farm, okay, or let's relate it to life insurance better. Let's say MetLife. So let's say I worked for MetLife and I was a MetLife agent and I was not a broker. Now, I am a broker, just to point that out. I do not work for one particular insurance company. I own my own business, I own my own agency, and I work with, probably 50 companies for the different types of insurances that I offer. And I do not use one particular company over another, basically. That's the benefit of a broker. That's kind of a topic for maybe a different discussion, but let's say I worked for MetLife. I can only quote MetLife if I'm an employee of MetLife, right? So that's not a quote. Like a lot of times you will be contacted by people such as a MetLife representative or maybe State Farm or, um, you know, maybe Mutual of Omaha. These are popular companies I'm pointing out here. But what I used to, because I used to work for, I used to work as a company employee for some of these companies back before I started my agency. And the term quote is freely floated around a lot, and it's not really a quote. It's a price on their particular product. So when I say quote, I mean the in the purest form, a quote is usually from multiple companies, from a broker like such as myself. It literally takes only 3 to 5 minutes. This is no joke, and I'm going to show you this in just a second in a live demo. For basic types of insurance. Now, this is not everything. 3 to 5 minutes is just kind of a ballpark. It's pretty accurate. It doesn't take very long. You'll see this in a second here. But things like life insurance, like a traditional life insurance plan, something that isn't being used for like estate planning or anything, anything kind of more involved, such as that. Home quotes, auto quotes, these can be pretty quick depending on your situation. But in general, those types of insurance, these types of I'll say personal lines of insurance, are usually pretty quick. It's not binding, no matter what anybody says or no matter what you think, because you're filling out information. Even if you have to put in your date of birth, your phone number, your license, maybe your number. For your state license number, these things are not binding. Okay, there's no cost to get quotes and apply for coverage. I'm going to say that again. No matter what anybody tells you, and if they tell you otherwise, they're lying. Um, there's no cost or obligation when you do these. So when you fill out quote request forms, if you're working with real people and like real brokers such as myself and real companies, they will not charge you to get an estimate, a quote from different companies on your particular type of insurance you're looking for. Um, it's also not binding. So you have to actually fill out applications before you can even bind. It's called bind coverage, which means everything is applied, everything has been approved, and again, we'll get into more of this in a later video. There's actually videos going to be on this page um, underneath this video where you can learn about the different types of insurance quick. I've made videos of each type, but you have to apply and fill out applications for insurance. You can't just bind coverage just because you want a particular type of policy. There are many checks and balances, which are good things because if there were not, people might sign up for the wrong type of insurance, which is why agents and brokers such as myself exist more so than anything. If you're working with the right type of person, we want to make sure you're covering the right things. We want to make sure you're covering covering things the right way with the right type of policy and you understand it. So these things have to be applied for. There's no cost or obligation. You have to fill out applications so that the insurance company you end up choosing, they have the right information, and then and only then that you know what you're getting, it's 100% what you want, you know the price, the information is accurate, then the insurance company that you choose and that I help you sign up with will actually approve the application. Even if there's no like medicals or anything like that, they still have to physically approve applications for binding. Then and only then do they accept form of payment. And then even then, that payment is not usually drafted until the final approval, which you usually get notified, or I notify you that it's been approved, and then and only then the payment will take place. So I hope that makes sense. So moving on. My site, okay, has a live quote engine. The site you're on right now is just an informational site. I do have an actual website for quoting purposes, and I also have a company website. But this is my streamlined quote website. I wanted to make it as easy as possible for you to get quotes and to streamline the process for you so there's no hoops to jump through. If you go click the button underneath this video after it's over, you'll be taken to this page. This is the header. This is the top of my quoting page. You'll see right here there's a life insurance quote engine, okay? And if you're on this video, this is probably what you were looking for. But in any event, there's other quoting tools on this website as well, not just life insurance. But I'm going to show this to you in just a quick second how this works. But you can see it's right here. You literally put the information in, click get instant quote, and I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to actually show this to you now. But just again, if you click the button below this video after the demo here in a second, it's going to take you to the quoting website, my personal site, where you can get quotes for virtually any type of insurance. So let's do a live demo without any further ado. I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to actually get a quote, or even fill out an application for that matter if you choose to do so. So let's go. So we are on my website now. If you clicked the button below the video, this is where you're going to go, and you can see that's me right here. Probably should update my picture. I don't know. I kind of like it being black and white, but in any event. So, example, you can drop this menu down, choose any state you want. I'm just going to leave it on my home state, New York. I'll just leave this as is. But literally, you put your date of birth in, gender, smoker, yes or no. Smoking does not disqualify you from life insurance, no matter what people tell you. There are many companies that will take smokers. They just change rates. And if you have any complications with smoking, that might make things a little bit more difficult. But even then, there are still options for you usually. Health status, I usually say go with something like regular or regular plus. Preferred and super preferred, I mean, you could do what you want, but I'm always conservative, so I'm going to do I guess we'll go preferred. This is a simple drop down of type of coverage. I'm just going to do 30-year term. And I'll do 250,000. So you can play with this however you want. Literally click get instant quote. And you can see, okay, now that was just a quick informational pop-up that you saw there. You can just X out of that if you'd like. But you can see these are live quotes right here. Okay, William Penn, this is a real company. This is the real monthly for those things that we just put in. Principal, Foresters, United States Life, Pac Life, Nationwide, Pruco, Emeritus, Transamerica, and so on and so forth. So you could actually do an app request, okay, where you then I'm not sure why that's not working. Maybe we just got to do the full life application. So literally you go into the full life application. It's going to give you today's date, what the information you put in is, and then you can simply go through and fill out most of the information you're going to need for the application. Okay, and this is going to send to me directly. It sends it to me, no nobody else, and I'm going to actually just then get in touch with you. Okay, and we can finalize all the details, make sure it's the right type of policy. All right. So that shows you how basically easy this really is, right? Um, Super easy, right? Super easy. The next steps would be to click below the video, okay, to get your own live quote, like I just showed you. If you love what you see, feel free to fill out a non-binding, like we talked about, application for coverage, like I just showed you, and then I'll be in touch to verify the info, provide you with pertinent information on what to expect next, depending on the company and what type of policy you're choosing, and to make sure everything's correct, and most importantly, okay, that it's what you're looking for. I can't stress that enough. Even if you fill out a correct application, we still need to speak, okay? I know people want to sign up for things all 100% remote online, but insurance is not something I would ever recommend signing up for without speaking to somebody, without speaking to a licensed professional, okay? You wouldn't go diagnose yourself medically without the use of a doctor if you didn't know it was wrong, right? And you probably know the ramifications of going on like WebMD and searching for ailments. You'll find out in 5 minutes that you have the worst type of cancer in the world, when in reality it's probably nothing even close to that. The same goes for insurance. There's so much misinformation out there. I hate it when I see people who are trying to do the right thing, but they get hounded by so many people, they get frustrated, and then they just give up, or they think they're going to buy it online by themselves. And I don't recommend you buy insurance without speaking with a licensed professional. Okay, the right person, hopefully it's me, somebody who's a broker who doesn't represent one company. I can be unbiased in my opinion, and my recommendation to you based on the things that you give me and the information, and basically find you the best type of policy and price. Okay, it's as simple as that. But you literally, as a consumer, cannot do that. You do not have access to these tools. You do not have access to the inside of these companies' websites where you can get the final applications and the information that you're going to need. It would take you days and days and days and days and days. And by all means, if you want to spend weeks gathering information from 10 companies, then by all means do that. But I'm here to tell you, just make your life easy, okay? You've seen how easy this can be. It's to get you the basic information you need, and then I'm here to help finalize it and make sure it's the proper type of policy. Okay, it's pretty easy. It's pretty simple as that. So thanks for watching. Click below, okay, to get your free live quote. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out with the contact information on that website, and I'll be in touch shortly as well. Thanks for watching again, and talk soon.